Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and we are going to take a look at Invincible Episode 5, which was wonderful. But as always, this is your warning for spoilers, and make sure if you want to be, you are subscribed to the channel. YouTube is doing a wonderful little purge, and unfortunately for everyone, we're losing subscribers. We're bleeding them. Make sure you're subscribed. As always, hit like. Let me know what you thought of this episode down below, and let's get right into it. Now, it opens up with some basic drug pushers as we see Titan, which made his initial debut in the series in the first episode, show up and take everyone out to send a message to their boss. He does let one kid go, though, to deliver that message. And then we see Titan torching a huge apartment building with all of the residents outside begging him to stop. Finally, one does get the nerve to ask, "What did we ever do to you?" And just when you think Titan is going to attack him, he instead hands him money to pass around, enough to put everybody up in a hotel for a few weeks. And next, we see Titan holding a low-level employee over the edge of a skyscraper as a man begs that he needs more time. When Titan takes his wallet, he notices that the man has a picture of him and his young daughter, and that's when Titan decides he's willing to give him that little bit more of time. Finally, in this Titan montage, we see him retrieving a computer card. When the guards draw their gun, before even turning around, Titan asks, "Is minimum wage really worth your life? Or do you want to fire your guns in the air, say you tried your best, and walk away happy and, of course, alive?" And that's exactly what they do. Like any sensible human being, they listen because no, minimum wage is not worth dying over. First, a young man. Second, he helped displaced families. Then empathy over a daughter, an understanding of what it's like to work every single day on minimum wage. All of which these things are going to be important to remember later. Now, this is where the payoff of the montage showing us why Titan has done everything. And that is for Machine Head, to whom he owes a debt of which why, which is important, will be revealed later. We also meet his sidekick, Isotope, who has the ability to teleport on command, but regardless, Titan wants out. His debt is now paid, and he wants his freedoms back, of which Machine Head says absolutely not. Titan is too useful to Machine Head. He gets shit done. He makes an impact. He doesn't even complain. But most importantly, he knows where Titan's family lives and uses this to his advantage to keep Titan working for him. And obviously, Titan is pissed. So this is where we pick up on Amber waiting for Mark, who is over 20 minutes late. And it's become a pattern with Mark late or absent for the majority of their dates. Not only is this happening with Mark and Amber's dates, but we see Mark's boss saying he's been late 12 times in the past 3 months and he's going to be punished for it. Instead, Mark just quits. I was honestly surprised he still even had a job. But this is where we switch to training with Omni-Man and Invincible, which shows us a key difference in their personality. Mark doesn't want to torture this man by dropping him. Omni-Man has no problem doing so. And again, we see Mark tell Amber he's going to be late. Omni-Man also teaches him how to stop meteors and save the world. And when Mark finally shows up on this date, it's an important date too. This was the meet the parents, meet the mom level date. Yeah, don't miss those, by the way. It's not a nice thing. Amber's pissed, rightfully so, feeling she isn't really important to him anymore because she doesn't actually understand why he's late, why he's absent from their dates and time together. She does end up giving him one last chance, helping her with a community meal at the homeless shelter later on in the week. This is the beginning where we see Titan and the Invincible line stories actually come together. We see Titan come home. His wife is heartbroken. They're not out from underneath Machine Head. And we see his young daughter point out to the sky where Invincible is and asking if he's the good guy. of which she does the same to her father, and he's unable to answer. And that's when you see the wheels start to turn, right? He decides to paint the top of a roof with Invincible's name to get his attention, and more importantly, ask for help with Machine Head. He explains to him he's not a criminal. He just owed one money. He explains that Machine Head runs their city. If it's illegal and it makes money, it is his. And even when people need to die to keep it that way, he's got muscle like Titan to take care of it. So Invincible takes the time to see from the ground level what he doesn't see while flying above, like drugs being stashed in garbage containers for transportation. But he also realizes the reason Titan needed money wasn't for himself. It was for his sick daughter. In the meantime, we see other side stories, right? Like at the end of the last episode, we saw something placed in Debbie's closet. Finally, she finds it, and we find out that it was Damien Darkblood's notebook, the one he used to investigate her husband. Now, we also see Adam Eve. Her parents are actually mad that she broke up with Rexplode because he was there to help her when she needed it. He was there to protect her. So much so that her father says, forgive him for cheating. You remember that, right? With Duplicate, all four of them. Yeah, been there, honey. Don't do it. So it even goes on. Her father even goes on to call his daughter almost a bitch. And rightfully so, Adam Eve leaves. Yeah, smart girl. So we also see Mark ask his father and mother at dinner advice on Titan and on Machine Head, of which Nolan, aka Omni-Man, tells him to leave it be. He is misplacing his trust, and he is above that type of help. And his mother says he is never above helping people, but ultimately they do leave the decision up to Mark, and he does end up making a decision. We also see the new Guardians of the Globe and kind of what an absolute mess they are. They're celebrating a victory where 24 civilians are actually now in the hospital and drinking at the headquarters. Black Samson tries to help, really to no avail. And we finally get a glimpse at the Mauler twins back as two, at least, as the other clone awakens from his pod, only to have Robot sneak in and ask for help with tissue growth and DNA replication, and shows him a vial of blood. I believe this is the blood that he took from Rexplode, but I'm not exactly sure. So Debbie is growing more and more weary of Nolan, and she gets him out of the house for 20 minutes so she can search through things. She does finally come upon his old bloody costume that he has hidden, the one he killed the entire Guardians of the Globe with. So the climax finally hits. Probably should have called it something else. The big fight finally hits. And Mark and Titan break into Machine Head's office, of which he already knew that this would happen. The upgrade that Titan stole in the beginning gave him the ability to predict basically any and all outcomes, meaning he was prepared. And he hired 5 mercenaries to wait and take out both Invincible and Titan. Isotopes brings in the team of bad guys, and they honestly beat the hell out of both Titan and Invincible. But you do see Omni-Man watching from overhead, not helping, but you get a glimpse of him watching. Luckily, he makes a totally anonymous call to the Guardians, and that when they're nearly defeated, the Guardians take over to help, only to have the same fate and to be beaten, like brutally beaten. And unfortunately, at the same time, Amber is waiting on Mark at the homeless shelter. Adam Eve does decide to help her also. Then she finally gets the call and has to go. Realizing the extent of what actually happened at Machine Head's office, she makes sure to tell Amber, though, before she leaves, that she knows Mark loves him. But it looks like at the end of this massive battle, Battle Beast has not only killed, or at least at the very, 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 very least, critically injured, not only Black Samson, but Monster Girl, and Invincible. So this causes the team to rage and kill most of the mercenaries, but they do end up letting Battle Beast escape, and so he can be used at a further time. And he actually is in the comics, so I'm hoping they explore him further. So finally medics show up, and through Invincible's point of view, we do get another glimpse at Omni-Man, but Titan is gone. And Cecil pledges to do whatever it takes to save Invincible. And Machine Head, he's depowered, he's taken into custody. But in the twist of the century, once the building is cleared, everyone is out, we see Isotope arrive alongside Titan and his wife and his daughter, saying that he actually told Invincible the truth. He is going to help people, but some people come first. And of course, we see that little daughter's face, unveiling that he lied and manipulated Invincible the entire time, just like Omni-Man had actually predicted. So our end credit scene is pretty simple. It is testing being done on Mark Grayson's blood, and Virtuemite blood cannot simply die. It won't die. They've done everything they can, and it's still there. So this is a really good episode. I'm not gonna lie, I think this was one of my favorites, just because that last battle, even though I didn't talk a lot about it, because I can't hardly say he hit him here, he hit him there. It was fantastic. Like, it was really, really good. And I love Battle Beast, and I love Titan. This is great. And it was wonderful. So let me know what you guys think about this. If you've been enjoying this series, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.